Parashakti for each of us.
And if you are here today, it means that existence wants you to be here in this form. And you are one of the special people chosen by existence to manifest. And existence itself is trying to manifest itself through you. So, welcome to your sacred spiritual experience, your experience of the divine. And if you are here today, it is not a coincidence, but a conscious miracle of existence itself. And existence is trying to manifest itself through you. So, welcome today for your experience of the divine. And if you're watching this now, it is a cosmic intervention in your life to help you manifest what you want as a reality. Some of you might be wondering how exactly is this possible or how has this science worked before. So here today you can experience the answers and experience these extraordinary sciences through the powerful cognitions as referenced in the ancient texts of Hinduism, which are revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now let us see a little bit about who Devi Parashakti is. She is the source Shakti, and it is in her cosmic womb, the Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. And Parashakti is the sacred feminine and is the main deity of the sacred feminine and is the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity of Hinduism. And the Supreme Point of Hinduism very beautifully tells how the mother is the first and foremost relationship. So he says that the first and foremost relationship is mother. The ability to learn and even the idea to relate starts with the mother. How to relate starts with the mother. So understand your idea to relate starts with the mother. A mother is a too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware that your ability to connect with the cosmos should be direct. The ability to connect with your mother should be directed to the cosmos, and it should inspire and awaken your higher consciousness. And connecting with life through the mother is the most sweetest, the most beautiful, and the most easiest way to ever connect through. And today, out of his extreme love and compassion, the Supreme Point of Hinduism himself is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And now, some of you might be wondering what exactly is the Baba Samadhi Darshan? How does the Baba Samadhi Darshan work, or what is the science behind the Baba Samadhi Darshan? So let us understand what exactly is Baba Samadhi Darshan. So first of all, the word Baba Samadhi itself is where you are being one with the source through a certain aspect source. And Baba means attitude or aspect. So Baba Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. And darshan means to have a glimpse of. So in the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment when we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and create a deep lasting transformation in the receiver. And Darshan is a powerful superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. And he simply radiates Darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. And the auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch it becomes the moment of Darshan for you that raises you and gives you a superconscious breakthrough. And that is like hitting a reset button on your being. And the few fundamental understandings that all of us need to understand and internalize about the science of Baba Samadhi Darshan is that divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. And the divine cosmic beings manifest through Archavataras, deities in temples, and through Nichavataras during the Baba Samadhi Darshans. During the Baba Samadhi Darshans, they manifest through Nichavataras incarnations. And the Baba Samadhi Darshan is when the Nijavatara manifests Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where the science of Nijavatara manifests Paramashiva. So it is where the formless, the being of Paramashiva expresses through the Ditya Sharira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form or embodied form, for all of us to experience Paramashiva. So here all of you can see an example of how Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajrajeshwari and manifests as Nijavatara through Devi Meenakshi in the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. And the Archavatar, the deity, reflects the consciousness and the manifestation of the superconscious energy. But human beings, unfortunately, are mature enough to receive the higher level experiences directly from the Archavatar. And so the avatar comes down to guide us, and he comes down to bridge the gap and create an experience of superconscious energy in all of us. And during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our Kundalini Shakti is also awakened. So the Kundalini Shakti, a latent potential energy in every human being, and this influx of subconscious energy slows down the aging process as well as improves immunity to disease of our lives. So just by watching the darshan, when your Kundalini gets awakened, you can have a subconscious breakthrough. Another natural phenomenon which takes place during the Bhava Samadhi darshan is the mirroring of neurons. And that is when your neurons mirror that of the avatar. So the mirroring neurons activate and process all the observed movements of, or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without movement recreate and receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation and experience the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. And the Akashic readings, which all of us will be witnessing, the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings and the Kalbhairava Akashic readings, any Akashic readings, is not a prediction. It is readings from the cosmic archives, beyond space where creation and destruction happen simultaneously. So, in the dimension of time, the past, present, and future start. But because the Akashic readings, the Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, no present, and no future. That is why what you call as happening, and yet to happen is already clearly recorded in the Akashic records in the space dimension. So now let us see and learn more about who exactly is the supreme point of Hinduism, the one who, out of his extreme love and compassion, is giving us this pure and great science of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So, the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Maha Sannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilization and nation. And the supreme point of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are also enlightened masters and adepts. Hinduism has made the science of manifestation and the Supreme Court of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kanchi Kailash Sarvagyapeetham, which is the Tondai Mandala Adinam, the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsha Sarangi Samrajyam, the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kailasonatha Shyamala Sarvagyapeetham, and the present Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akara, which is the largest apex monastic order. So all of these are various kingdoms and Sarvagyapeethams of Hinduism that Supreme Point of Hinduism is the head of. So the Supreme Point of Hinduism is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atalakara, which is established by Mahaganapati himself. And 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swarga Pramadinam, 1000 Hindu leaders. And he is also revered as a teacher most viewed, read, and watched. He has authored 310,000 articles and 10,000 articles in 3 different languages with 1,000 titles. So all these various languages such as Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, and even other languages such as Spanish and French. And over 20 million copies of these books and articles have been sold, read, and downloaded by millions. And the Supreme Court of Hinduism has also given over 10,000 hours of discourses for humanity, guiding all of us throughout the time. And he has enriched over 1 billion lives. Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Jain Sutras, and many more.
The most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, and is a reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sannyas. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of the largest Hindu university in the world, Kailasa Nithyananda University, with satellite campuses in 150 countries. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems and the founder and reviver of over 100 Samadhi pujas. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the collector of the largest Hindu library, over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books.
And now with that, we will now be getting into the next segment of this program, where all of us will be seeing a live demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers, by the initiated disciples of Supreme. So today, the Balasans, the Nityananda Yogis, and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism will be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the science of Diksha. So let us watch a small exactly is the Diksha.
A look, a word, a touch. Power of initiation. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And Tantra, Shiva says, Devi diksha vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, realization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 82774 90091. Visit www.nithyananda.org.
Yes, so that was a video on the science of Diksha and how the science of Diksha works. So now let us get into the demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis, into the manifestation of extraordinary Shaktis, after we see what exactly are the Shaktis. So today, the Balasans, the Nityananda yogis, and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism will be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha by the Supreme Point of Hinduism. And in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of you will also be getting initiated into all the various powers of Paramashiva with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. And you will be manifesting the powers of third eye, which is seeing with eyes blindfolded, as well as many other yogic sciences. And for those of you who might be wondering where the third eye is located and how it works, the third eye is a cosmic browsing center located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye just as you would with your two eyes.
And in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving the initiation into third eye. So let us understand what the Shaktis are. In the Vedagamas, these source scriptures of Hindu reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to study method and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to the various states of consciousness. Shakti is manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine, and not that you are a man and need to reach the divine.
And the Shaktis are powers that express from the space of enlightenment, and as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru and our source of enlightenment. And Siddhis, which all of you might have heard as a common term for any type of extraordinary manifestation, is powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment.
The Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation from the avatar. However, Shaktis are permanent. However, Siddhis are not permanent, and Siddhis may divert you from enlightenment.
And the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. And as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the five cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Priti, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Trobhava, which is pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, which is liberating grace for all living entities.
And the supreme concept of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, Nithyananda Paramashivam, His Divine Knowledge Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the 1008th living incarnation and representative of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, and the greatest cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment and the powers, the Shaktis, were for the first time in modern day. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving this yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking, never accomplished before.
And all of this knowledge and these sciences of power manifestation are passed down from one generation to the next through the science of Diksha, initiation by enlightened gurus. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hindu, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by his gurus, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions, to manifest the science of power manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Vigmore, and Pundi Swamigal, Isaki Swamigal, Annamalai Paramacharya, Visari Swamigal, and much more. Many more.
So how do we awaken these Shaktis in us?
The truth, jnana, is mapped into your consciousness, prajna, and manifests as a possibility and power of every being, prajnana.
Diksha
is authenticated through four aspects of evidence or pramanas: the Shastra Pramana, the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures, the Apta Pramana, the experiences of the Aptas or the Rishis and scientists of the Vedic tradition who time tested and proved this whole science.
And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account of the Supreme Bond of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of the power manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation.
Veda Agamas are a living applied science. The Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus. The Vedas are a pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. The Agamas are scriptures where the applied technology is taught and the applied science is expanded. The Vedas and the Agamas of Veda Agamas are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. A reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana.
Yes, so now with that, let us get ready to witness a very unique and very powers of third eye. After we go through the pramanas for the powers of third eye. So the first is the Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye, which comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishtannilitalochanaha kramena manasodatyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, By that stability of the mind in inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. And the next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. So he initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. So Arjuna, during the revelation of the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, so Arjuna can witness and see Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form, the Vishwarupa Darshan. And he says, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu ma drashto manenaiva svachakshisha divyam dadami te cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains a description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form. And it is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye.
The Pratiksha Pramana is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. And there was a study conducted on Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself, and where they compared the metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states using the positron emission tomography, the PET scan. And it was found that when doing daily activities, there was high activity measured in the brain where the third eye is located. However, when in deep Samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost the rest of the brain is at complete peace. And we can also look at the Atma Pramana, the experience of Swamiji himself in the previous slide.
Inside and outside broke.
The Atma Pramana in Swamiji's
The first
words. So, yes, we can watch the video and listen to Swamiji's own words of the experience of experiencing the third eye.
Experience is that I was everything around me, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel. I felt the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body, both equally. In both I exist. Moon, whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just became so alive. The idea, something is inside.
Here is now that we've heard the Atma Pramana of Swamiji himself, we've seen the Pratiksha Pramana. Let us now look at and understand what is the Sakshi Pramana. So the Sakshi Pramana is the experience of the initiated disciples of Supreme Consciousness, and this rare sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for their ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism as a living incarnation of Paramashiva. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. And Supreme Concept of Hinduism is gifting this pure, great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, through initiation, diksha of millions of people. And they have already been initiated by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism and are experiencing these profound results as extraordinary powers in their everyday lives. witness the live Sakshi Pramana, the demonstration of the power of third eye with the Balasans and the Nityananda yogis. And we have Ma Madhura here with us today to demonstrate these extraordinary Shaktis and the blindfold reading.
So, live demonstration of the powers of third eye. Thick opaque plastic sheet, and in the back there is thick black sponge which will not allow any type of light to enter around the eyes. So all of you can see the eye band. And now this eye band will be put on my eyes by a volunteer. And then any of you watching us live on YouTube can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section. You can put anything that you would like me to read. It can be a sequence of emojis, numbers, letters, words, sentences. It can be anything, and I will be read comment. So now a volunteer will be putting on this eye band for me. You can all see the eye band. It will also be covering the bridge of the nose, and into these two holes my eyes will be going into. So now the volunteer will be putting this eye band on me, and all of you can see as the eye band is being put.
Sit down. I was like smiling like an idiot there, so I was just like, okay.
Yes, so now the eye band has been put, and I will be turning to my right, left, up, and down. So all of you can see as you can all see that there's no gaps anywhere. And now the YouTube comments will be projected in front of me, and we'll also be projecting it for all of you. So all of you can see the YouTube comments, and I will be reading it. So any of you watching us right now on the live on the live YouTube feed, you can put your comments. We already have many comments from heart emojis, then Christian Baran, who has put 3 namaskar emojis, and then yes, we can go all the way to read from the top. Yes, and then after Christian Nithyananda, and namaskar emoji, and then again Kritananda Yashodan Kulkarni has put Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and then namaskar emoji, and then again Kritananda Yashodan Kulkarni has put Om emoji with the purple background, and then Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha, and then namaskar emoji, and then Ma Dolly. Yes, we can scroll down. So anyone else also watching us right now, you can put your comments. Anything that you would like me to read, you can put it in the live YouTube comment section. And after this, we will also be doing the power of body scanning. So if any of you would also like a body scan, you can put it in the comment section. And we will be doing a body scanning for all of you as well. So all of you can see the comments. We are projecting it for you. So Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha, but the Om is as an emoji. And then above that, he has put Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham with the Namaskar emoji, and we have many more comments. And with that, now we will actually be getting into the next power, the power of body scanning. So before that, yes, I think Mad already now has asked, Ma, please scan the necessary lungs and healing. God permission. Yes, Ma. Now we will be getting into the power of body scanning. For that, now the eye band will now be removed. So I request a volunteer to remove the eye band now. So all of you can see as the eye band is being removed, there is nothing added or removed from the eye band. So all of you can see the eye band. And now we will be getting into the power of body scanning after we go through the 4 pramanas for the power of body scanning. And this, for those of you who are new, who have joined us newly today, this power of body scanning is actually where it awakens the ability to scan and detect illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, any problems in the body, as well as give a solution for the problem through the third eye, for the root of the problem through the third eye. So anyone who would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the YouTube comment section and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so now we will be seeing the Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning that comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. And in this verse, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeva, such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. And the next is the Apta Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha whose name was Teraya. So he was one of the prominent disciples of Agastya, and one day a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing, and Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small terai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya then immediately instructs Teraya, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery, and once the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache. And Teraya gains his name as Teraya. So here in this story, you can see how Agastya scans the root cause of the headache. Usually, if we go to a normal scan, they might have found out that there's a frog, or they would have given some only after many scans we have found out that there's a frog in a normal scan, frog in the brain. But they would usually just maybe prescribe some medicines for a headache. But here, through the power of body scanning, you can just scan the root cause of the problem and give a solution for the problem and be completely healed from the root itself. And here now you can all see the Atma Pramana revealed on the 22nd of December 2019 by the Supreme Court of Hinduism. And here surgery and therefore medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balances had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. And now here all of you can see the Sakshi Pramana, which are the sharings and experiences of the initiated disciples who have successfully manifested the power of body scanning, manifest this power of body scanning. So now any of you who would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so I think we already have a comment from Mad already, who has asked for Dhanasarjanaya. Yes, now I'll be doing body scanning for Dhanasarjanaya, and also I will be giving healing. Yes, so Mad already, I have given healing to Dhanasarjanayama, and I was able to see that he will start getting healed and become better if he does puja with them as well as yes. Sorry about the technical glitch. So now, I was um, saying the scan. I was reviewing the scan for Dhanasarjanaya. So yes, so Mad already what I was able to see for Dhanasarjanaya was to do puja to the Ishtadevata and the Kuladevata, and he will start getting healed. And also to take some tulsi leaves. He should eat some fresh tulsi leaves every day. And yes, now that was what I was able to see for Dhanasarjanaya. And Mad already, now I will be scanning for you. You said you're saying that you're feeling constantly tired after experiencing flu for over a month. Please do healing. Yes, Ma, now I'll be doing a scan and healing for you. Yes, ma. So, ma already. What I was able to see was, even now, if you don't have a flu, if you don't have a flu, I was able to see that you're actually not having much. Do steam inhalation every day with 2 pinches of turmeric water, top of eucalyptus oil. So you can add that in the water and do steam inhalation. And you can also apply basma on your forehead every day before you go to sleep, and even during the day you can apply basma, and you will be healed. And yes, now I will be doing a scan for Suresh Aya as well, and healing. You have said that his whole body broke out with a rash and his brain seems affected after he was hit on the head with an iron bar. Yes, ma, now I'll be doing a yes. So ma already. What I was able to see for Suresh Aya was that for the rashes and for his body to get healed, I was able to see that he should start taking bath with cold water. Like it doesn't need to be ice cold or really cold, but just a cool temperature. And whenever possible, once a day or once in 2 days, just you can sprinkle turmeric powder on the rashes on the body. And for the brain, I was able to see that um, it is not so major, but yes, it has been affected a little bit. There is just one part in the brain which it is not functioning as fast as it's supposed to, um, as it is supposed to much. But when for the solution which I was able to see for that is, whenever possible, whether he's sleeping, especially when he's sleeping, and even throughout the day, whenever possible, just continuously play the Mahavakya, and he can also chant the Mahavakya, and you will see that he starts getting healed, and he will be totally healed as soon as possible. You will actually see his improvement in the next few days. So this is what I was able to see for Suresh Ayama. You can get back in the comment section. If the marked already, you can get able to relate. I think you have put a comment saying that there is no sound. Um, is it? Do I need to repeat for anyone more? I'm sorry for the technical glitch. Would you like me to any of the three of you? For Suresh Aya, then Sarjanaya, or you? So I'll just repeat. So for Sureshaya, what I was able to see was for the rashes, just you can sprinkle turmeric wherever the rashes are. You can sprinkle turmeric, and he should take bath with cold water. It doesn't need to be ice cold water, but with a normal temperature. And for the brain, he just continuously play Mahavakya whenever he's sleeping, especially, and even throughout the day whenever possible. You can play the Mahavakya. And for you, the solution which I was able to see was through steam inhalation with 2 pinches of turmeric and 1 drop of eucalyptus oil every day once. You can do a steam inhalation. And for Dhanasarjanaya, what I was able to see was he should do puja to the Kuladevata and the Ishtadevata and eat some fresh tulsi leaves every day. That will help in healing him. And I've also given healing for all 3 of you. So you will see the improvement. And yes, I see that you've asked even from Akiyashini. Now, actually, in the interest of time, we will be concluding this power manifestation session, but every day we will be having the power manifestation segment. So you can come again and request for body scanning, and we will surely be doing a body scan for all of you. So I thank all of you who have joined us today for the power manifestation segment. And we will now be moving to the next segment of this program where we will be learning who is Devi Parashakti and how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So we'll be learning about the divine feminine consciousness, who is none other than Devi Parashakti herself. So we'll be first looking at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. And the translation for this verse says, the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with triple eyes, studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And another Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. अरुणां करुणां तरङ्गताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अनिमादिभिरावृतामयुकैः रहमित्येव विभावये भवानी. And the translation for this verse says, I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb, the Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So now let us see what Devi Parashakti has revealed in her own words, how she introduced herself and how she has come down as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swamini who's in Kailasha, Sri Purachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion and blessing, listen people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara.
Raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming as two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichya, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, built as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine grahas, blossoming as the 10 indriyas, being as the 11 rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing to life, to tell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. Literally, so let us understand how we can receive Devi Parashakti. Literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 betel nut, 1 banana, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch the Devi Darshan. The coin is considered to be a traditional dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be even of the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paise. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. I am not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. So you can offer that to Devi Parashakti, and after the darshan is over, do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So let us look at how we can set up our tambula. You can see in this photo here, you can set it up with 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin. And you can offer this every day that you have this Devi Darshan. You can keep this in front of your screen and ensure that you offer your love, your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. Yes, so now with this, we will be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of the various revelations made by Devi Parashakti. Now that we've understood how to receive Devi traditionally, let us understand what all Devi has revealed to each of us and how we can benefit as a humanity from Devi Parashakti's revelations. So Devi has been continuously guiding us, continuously blessing us, and continuously manifesting through the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism just for the sake of protecting us during this pandemic, to heal us during this pandemic. So if you are just overflowing with gratitude for your cosmic mother and for the happening of the divine in your life, you can stay tuned and understand some of the various revelations that Devi Parashakti has made. And here we have. First, let us understand the compassion of the avatar. In the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, The very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, it states, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. And many of us have been feeling stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to natural disasters, and socials are crumbling. And the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. Beginning of the pandemic, and as humanity is battling this global pandemic, we've been struck with innumerable other catastrophes, and this has just left people in a state of utter shock, of depression, anxiety, and in a desperate need of hope. And the Cosmic Mother has come down to alleviate the suffering of humanity. It's at this time that the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic super consciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the super conscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the Cosmic Mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through this pralaya, the cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as a humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, twisted human conspiracies, and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which is manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. So let us now look at Devi Parashakti's revelations made in, let us understand the 8 methods to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And this was revealed on the 30th of April, 2021. The various vaccines that have been coming out this year and from COVID-19. Of course, this is the one thing that is on everybody's mind. This is the one thing that keeps everybody up at night and brings so much of anxiety to the world. And this is exactly what Devi has provided a solution for. These are the 8 methods to protect yourself from COVID-19.
பரமேஸ்வரி மீனா பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதைச் செய்திட, நன்மையைச் சொல்லிட, தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்துத்தா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் ஒன்று, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாரி வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6, நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்.
Let's understand the Devi Parashakti's revelations mapped into English. Oh, humans, do not be scared of the deadly infection corona. Through these 8 ways, surrender and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss. During the Ajaba Ajaba of the cosmic sound, Shiva, 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 and with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the peels, and going to sleep, being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the state of Ananda Spurana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have effects of corona. They do of corona. You will live with prosperity, with wisdom and fortune. Me with you, you as me as you. You will live good life. Even if you do one of these 8 ways, I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, O people. Be blessed. In these revelations, Devi Parashakti has revealed that the 8 methods of humanity from COVID-19. Now let us understand each of these methods and the science and benefits of each method that Devi has revealed. So the first method that Devi revealed is praying and meditating on Devi Parashakti. So science has extensively studied meditation and prayer. It reduces stress, it controls anxiety, it promotes emotional health, it enhances self-awareness, it lengthens the attention span, it may reduce age-related memory loss, it can generate kindness, it may help fight addictions, it improves sleep, it helps control pain, it can decrease the blood pressure, and it is easily accessible anywhere. And a study done by the US Department of Health and Human Services has shown that meditation has a direct benefit to our physical as well as our mental health. And another study done by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the such as COVID-19. And research that was published in Everyday Health has spoken about by lifting the spirits, by helping you cope with difficulties, and a September 2015 report published in Health Psychology found researchers followed 191 people with congestion. They found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. People with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illnesses who report high levels of religiosity, which includes daily religious experiences, generally become more optimistic than their peers. This was found in a study published in July 15 in Depression and Anxiety Journal. So now let us understand from the avatar himself, who has directly demonstrated how meditation impacts our minds.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal non-state, the brain is very active, and
usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. And very interesting. It shows the front lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into this one. 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here. Right in the middle. Probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that right here? So what's interesting was I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure chemical. You eat the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
Now that we've understood how meditation directly impacts our brain, has been shown by science, let us now what this Buddhism has revealed as the best stress buster, as prayer as the best stress buster. So let us now watch that video.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. Living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
So now that we've understood the first method thoroughly and understood how we can pray to Devi Parashakti and receive protection from COVID-19, let us look at the next method. By surrendering to Devi Parashakti through social media, you can also protect yourself from COVID-19. Let us see how we can do this exactly. During the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends to us individually, to our prayers, and showers us with blessings and boons. So let's now see how we can connect to Devi through various social media platforms. The first method is by connecting with Devi Parashakti on YouTube. So you can do this very simply. You can become a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And it's a very simple process. You can just go to the YouTube channel and click the join button to become a member of the channel. And then during the live Devi Parashakti Akashic readings, you can ask your questions in the comments section, and Devi Parashakti herself will be viewing it directly. The next method is Facebook. You can Facebook video when the Parashakti comes live for the Parashakti Akashic. The next way is by following at Sri Nithyananda on Twitter, and you can ask your questions in the reply section of the tweets with the hashtag #AskTheAvatar. So you can see whenever the tweet goes out for the live Parashakti Akashic readings, you can go ahead and reply to that tweet with your questions and with the hashtag #AskTheAvatar. Next way is by following at Sri Nithyananda on Instagram, and you can ask your questions in the comment section of the photo that is posted. So every time there is a live Parashakti Akashic reading, there will be a photo posted announcing the live. So you can go ahead and ask your questions in the comment section of that photo. And the next way is by asking your questions through WhatsApp. So you can go to kailasa.org and you will see the WhatsApp chat box. You can see in the screen here, in the green chat box. So you can ask your questions there. In all of these methods, you will be sure you can connect with Devi Parashakti directly and that she will view all of your questions and all your requests and prayers. Let us now watch Devi Parashakti blessing people and experience the joy of Devi Parashakti manifesting in our lives.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி, ஓம் சக்தி.
And the next method is by worshiping Devi Parashakti wherever she resides by doing the fire walking. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that fire walking is actually an alchemic process. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed the science behind that fire walking in the words of Swamiji himself. Our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, the religious rituals, anything they designed is highly scientific and directly useful to life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because that fire walking time, that small blisters you get just shoots up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus or any problem. It's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this time. And especially that is done very traditionally, systematically. If you had even small blisters, or even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problem. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you, and do not worry. It is a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's an 11 feet length burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music which activates your lymph system. That mugalam, we call it in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck and your whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that, you will walk, you will first awaken, trigger the detox system and walk on fire. So if you do for one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariamman, do the fire walking, that is it. It's like a traditional powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti, Mahamari, do the Pachipakindakam, and do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic, no bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu fire walking. Let us understand the science behind the fire walking as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
Means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet. Because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for the complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of fireworking.
Now that we have understood the science behind the fire walking, as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, let us watch a short clip of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself doing the traditional fire walking in Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் ஆதியும் நீயே ஜோதிமலையிலே அவதரித்தாயே அவனியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே அக்னி வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே நீனிலே ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி.
Now that we've seen the Supreme Concept of Hinduism directly doing the fire walking himself, let's now understand what other science has revealed regarding study was conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of fire walking. And it was found that fire walking increases levels of in participants who performed the fire walking, who participated in the fire walking, compared to those who did not participate in fire walking. The next method is by applying turmeric on the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on Devi Parashakti every day. Let us understand the benefits of neem juice as revealed directly by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
Bididi. It is not, I am not talking from air, I am talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, from the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably. Karumari's grace. Wherever we started ashram, nature completely completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki. You will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice. You release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Karumari Mahamayi. That neem paste and turmeric powder, if a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamayi. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand, your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Ajapa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers. Now,
Yes, now that we've understood the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Buddhism, let's now look at some scientific research about turmeric. And there are many articles published by the National Center for Biotechnology Information in the US, also known as curcumin. It's already very well known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, and traditionally that is what it's used for. But it has also been shown in the last 2 decades to be a potent immunomodulator agent that can modulate the activation of T cells and B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, which are all immune cells. So very important for maintaining a healthy immune system. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. So this is also very good anti-inflammatory agent, as we have already, but very well known in traditional Ayurvedic medicine. So research shows that turmeric can modulate the activation of these. So with a strengthened immune system, you will be much more likely to stay healthy and be able to maintain an active lifestyle. And in India.com, it was also reported that neem can help in fighting against coronavirus. And this, of course, neem is a very well-known part of Ayurveda and is reported to be effective in dealing with the novel coronavirus infection. And turmeric and neem also are reported to be effective against coronavirus, according to a KG. The next method revealed by Devi Parashakti to protect yourself from corona is with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels and going to sleep. So this is how you can apply the onion and the banana peel. So just put the onion and the banana peel on the heel, and you can put over it and go to sleep at night. And this will completely help you detox your whole body and remove all toxins from you. About, as per modern science, about the benefits of onion. So in Medical Daily, it was reported that onion is a very powerful detoxifying agent, and it emphasizes the beneficial properties of onion for our health. Onions contain a high amount of sulfur compounds, which not only give onion their recognizable smell, but are also powerful detoxifying agents. And with more than 100 sulfur-containing compounds, which are what cause the eyes to tear, onion can also help prevent and treat ailments from diabetes to heart disease. And this is why it's very well known in Ayurveda for its medicinal purposes. And that is exactly what it is used for in traditional Ayurveda and traditional Hindu medicine systems. And in an article in an article published in Journal for Phytotherapy, it describes the benefits of onion and the detox effects of onion. This was a review done in the Journal of Phytotherapy, and it's reported that the downstream products are a complex mixture of sulfur-based compounds. So these compounds from onion have been reported to have a range of health benefits, which include anti-carcinogenic properties, anti-platelet activity, anti-thrombotic activity, anti-asthmatic, and antibiotic effects. So these are just some of the various health benefits of onion. And of course, Devi Parashakti has revealed that it can directly prevent you from having corona when you apply it in the heel. And the next method is being in unclutched state and filling with eternal bliss. So let us understand the science of unclutching as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff himself.
The brain is the organ which controls our whole physical being. Once our brain has been imbalanced, it will then transmit that imbalance throughout the whole body. Thought forms are pure energy that have the ability to influence people and everyday events in life. According to science, our brains generate an electromagnetic field which may be measured by such instruments as an encephalograph. This electromagnetic field is generated by the brain every time we think, and as our mind is never still, we may be compared to perpetual power generators. Fear produces nervous disorders. Anger produces headaches and violence. Confused thoughts produce congestion and ill health. Depression causes cancer, tumors, mental diseases, and lowering of the immune system, causing death through own willpower. Our thoughts generate intricate energy patterns which can be detected by sensitive equipment and seen by clairvoyant individuals. These energy patterns are known as thought forms. Surprisingly, thought forms are shaped by the thoughts themselves. Each of us creates hundreds of thought forms every hour and release them into the environment. Although we cannot see them, The thought forms have as real an existence as any other form of energy. Most people can sense others' thought forms, and a continuous energetic exchange happens between people about which we are usually unaware. This also explains why we sometimes take a sudden liking or dislike to a certain person directly on meeting them. We just catch their vibes. Unclutching is a guide for equanimity and enlightenment. Thoughts are like bubbles in a fish tank. Just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts also rise in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at high speed, they look like a continuous stream. But our mind is not a continuous stream. There is always a gap between two thoughts. Like the bubble experience a neutral space between two thoughts. This neutral space between two thoughts is our original. Since the gap or the neutral space between two thoughts is too small, we think all thoughts are connected and form a shaft. But there is always a gap between two thoughts. In the forest of northern India, the hunters trap the birds using a trap. They tie a rope between two trees. The rope is the shaft that we create by connecting two thoughts. In the middle of the rope, they secure a wooden stick. The stick is our mind. The rope is tied at the midpoint of the stick. When a bird comes and sits on the stick, the bird's own weight turns the whole stick upside down. It turns topsy-turvy. The moment it turns upside down and loses its sense of balance, it feels totally shaken on the stick. It simply holds onto the stick as if its life depends on it. Similarly, we connect thoughts and form a shaft out of it and live in the fear that if we drop our mind, we might be lost. We might lose our identity. Because it is hanging upside down, it thinks, if I unclutch from this stick, I will fall and die. It's similar to the fear that if we start trusting that we are unconnected, unclutched, independent and illogical thoughts, we might be lost. If the bird lets go and relaxes, it may flutter to balance for a moment or two. When it leaves the stick, maybe for a few seconds, it will fall, but then it will adjust itself and start flying. In the same way, we hold on to whatever we think is our identity and security, our education, our mind, our life, our relationships, or our bank balance. Ultimately comes to remove the stick that is our identity. Just like the bird, we don't realize that if we drop our mind, at that moment we can become a Paramahamsa. That very moment we can be liberated. In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a story which explains there is a huge tall tree, and in the tallest tree, there is a golden bird sitting unclutched from everything fruits. When it eats a bitter fruit, it feels bad. Whenever she eats the bitter fruit, she sees the bird which is looking above, silently, like Dakshinamurti, and feels, I should not be like that bird. But keeps battling between branches, eating bitter and tasty fruits again and again. One day, as a small bird flies up higher, and as it reaches near the golden bird, it realized that he and she are the same. There is no difference between them both and realizes her original state. The small bird realizes that she also can be in the same state of the golden bird and become a Paramahamsa. This moment, trust yourself. Don't bother about losing your identity. Just trust yourself and let go of your identity. You will immediately become a Paramahamsa and be liberated. All you need to do is to trust that you're unclutched. Dropping the conclusions you can't be transformed is unclutching.
Now that we've understood the science behind unclutching, let's now if you would like to take a few moments, you can actually experience the state of unclutching. And you can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line and close your eyes. Intensely chant the Mahavakyam. Do not engage with any thoughts or emotions. Purely let the space of unclutching manifest in you by chanting the Mahavakyam, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. So you can take a few moments when you have a moment in your day to do this. Mahavakyam, you can play the Mahavakya off of YouTube. And the next method, the Devi Paramashiva Ajaba, the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Instead, the benefits of chanting found that it clearly establishes how Ajaba Ajaba chanting has a direct and positive benefit for both our physical health as well as our mental well-being. And the study correlates the chanting of the Ajaba Ajaba to the vagus nerve stimulation, which is used as a treatment for depression and epilepsy. And here is more details of that study. And there was also a study done by Dr. Masaru Emoto that was studied how water reacts to certain words and sounds. So this actually establishes how human intentions, words, or thoughts can actually change the very molecular structure or structural formation of water. This research clearly that when the water is exposed to structure and when it is exposed to negative sounds or vibrations, the water molecule becomes disfigured and distorted. How the water reacts, and words like "you disgust me" are used how the water reacts. You can see the various examples of how water is impacted when certain words are used. Positive words like compassion, thank you, wisdom, all create this beautiful snowflake-like structure in the molecular formation of water. However, when heavy metal music is played, or words like "I will kill you" or "you fool" are as you can see in the bottom photographs. And this research shows that impact of just a few words on one glass of water. But imagine what happens inside of your body, which is composed of 60% water. When you chant the Ajba Ajba, the chanting of the powerful sacred mantras, you can imagine what happens in your body, which is composed of water. So now you can actually take an opportunity to become a part of the Global Unclutching Initiative. And you can serve peace at kailasa.tv/minutes for peace. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed superconscious breakthrough to the whole of humanity, because all of us are interconnected. We are not all islands. These are all goes to waste in this cosmos. So you can see just from a few words, from a few vibrations and sounds, how much your body can be impacted, how much water can be impacted. So you can imagine how much the world can be impacted when 10,000 people are continuously in this space of unclutching and chanting the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So if you take some time to do this, you can log your minutes to benefit the whole of humanity. Just a few moments of your day. Getting in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as aham, aham in the Ananda Spurana. So if you decide to be in a state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, constantly in the state of Arunachala Spurana, you will surely be protected from COVID-19. And so these are the 8 methods revealed by Devi Parashakti, and each of these methods have so many various benefits, and they are standalone, independent methods. And you can use any of these methods revealed by Devi Parashakti to protect yourself from COVID-19. And the first method that Devi mentioned was praying to Devi Parashakti and connecting with Devi Parashakti through meditation on Devi. So now you'll have the opportunity to do that. Connect with Devi Parashakti, pray to Devi Parashakti through the next segment, through the offerings segment. So you can stay tuned and understand how you can connect with Devi much more, receive Devi Parashakti's blessings more deeply. So let us now enter into the offerings of the program. Each of these offerings are of your love and gratitude. And they are not made out of any fear nor out of greed, but an offering of your pure devotion to the divine happening in your life. So an offering is a gift, giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, the giving and the accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not made out of greed. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the for Devi Parashakti, which is from the Manonmani Dhyana, from the Mulagama. And the translation goes, moonlight face holding the Vedas in one hand, fire in eyes with the lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And it continues on. I meditate on Devi with three eyes, glowing like a moon and holding the Veda, the lotus, and gracing with. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. This is the verse that you can use to invoke Devi Parashakti and to receive all of Devi Parashakti's blessings and grace in your life. And so many of these offerings that you will see in this segment will be made in gold. And this is because gold, it has great significance in Hinduism. It is considered a divine element. And in the Atharva Veda, it describes the origin of gold. And the translation goes, triplet born by birth is this gold, from the atoms of Agni as one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from Soma when it was heard. One they called the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. So gold is a very divine element. It purifies anything that it touches, and it is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all of our sacred Hindu scriptures, including the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, the Smritis, the Itihasas, the Purana, and the Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our very being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were even offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was to be offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold, and the streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were even dressed in gold. And the Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. And gold is considered to be a supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere, especially the divine. And temples were constructed in gold and paved in gold. Deities were made of gold and decked and adorned in gold, and because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years, it lasts forever. The first offering that you can make to Devi Parashakti is the E-Handi offering, which is a general donation, and this can be very easily done through the YouTube chat option, the super chat and super sticker option. And this is just like in any temple that you might go and visit. You may offer a few dollars in the Kundi just to offer your gratitude and say, I love you, thank you for happening in my life to the divine. And you have the opportunity to do this online as well now. Kailasa has made this very easily available for you. You can offer your love and your devotion to Devi Parashakti, to your Guru, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, through this E-Hundi offering. And it is stated that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. So when you make this E-Hundi offering to Devi Parashakti, when you offer your love and your gratitude to Devi Parashakti, any fear in your mind will certainly be removed by Devi. And it is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. And this does not mean the autumn, the season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards. And the role of the divine becomes much more understood and needed in our lives. And the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. And Devi is described as the one who will be blessed with Devi Parashakti's blessings in your life. And your note during the next offering is the Sankalpa Chakti, the offering of your conscious resolution. Now, whenever you are starting out on a new endeavor, or if you are trying to manifest something in your life, you always want to start it with a conscious resolution, to consciously decide what you want to manifest in your life and set the intention to do that. When you offer this Sankalpa chanting to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with Devi Parashakti's overflowing energy showering upon you to ensure that you manifest exactly what it is you want in your life. And it describes in chapter 12, the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed to in anything. You will be blessed with the fruition of all your desires and wishes, and ensure that you receive all of the blessings of Devi Parashakti to manifest exactly what it is. The next offering that we have is the Sahasranama Swarana Kasu, and this is the gold coin with the inscription of Devi's various names on this. And Devi is described as Nama Parayana Pita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names of Devi Parashakti are not just her names, but they are the description of her various divine qualities and attributes, like her overflowing compassion or her infinite knowledge. Whatever aspect of Devi you connect with most, you can offer that to Devi Parashakti in the form of this gold coin. And this is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So when you offer it, you will receive the blessings to have all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all of the various divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And Devi is very well known to be adorned in pearls and to be very fond of pearls. And the pearl, of course, represents Devi's infinite and overflowing compassion. And it is stated in this verse, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the base shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Brahma. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So when you offer this Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with Devi's overflowing compassion in all of your business endeavors. You can offer this in various sizes, and this includes the $251 size. They want $501 size and the $750 size. So if you would like, you can make this offering and receive the blessings to have prosperity in all of your business endeavors. Next offering is the Swarna Padam around with suitable thread and covered with cloth. They should be adorned, and of course, the lotus. You can see the significance of this golden lotus as it is used in many, many rituals in the Hindu tradition, and it is a very significant aspect of the Hinduism and all of our rituals in Hinduism. And there are hundreds of references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities, of worship using the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus peripath, the lotus petals, and the lotus is the Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. And the base of the Paramashiva Linga is also the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered to be a lotus that is ready to bloom. So when you offer the golden lotus in any size that you wish, you will be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti. And as the lotus blooms in murky waters, you shall bloom in any adverse situation in your life. The next offering is the Swarnamati, the golden torii. And in this verse, it describes the baby's toenails. It states, you whose brightness from the toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower. And you can see from this verse the power of Devi Parashakti's very toenails. So when you offer this Swarnamati, the golden toe ring, to the feet of Devi Parashakti to adorn her beautiful toes, you will be able to be blessed with the destruction of all the ignorance from your life and to receive the blessings and grace of Devi Parashakti. The most difficult aspects of your life from Devi herself. The next offering is the Swarna Martika, the gold hairline jewelry. And the Martika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened. And Devi is described as the one who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara. She is the one who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And so when you offer this Swarna Martika to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with an overflowing Sahasrara Chakra and the blissful state of gratitude and space of complete completion in your life. Next offering is the Pratikshapada Puja. Our very own Guru Swamiji himself manifesting Devi Parashakti for you to continuously guide and heal you with the energy of the Cosmic Mother. You are the most blessed being in the cosmos. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes that the nails of Devi Parashakti have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the who always prostrate before Devi. In this verse, Tamoguna is darkness, and in this Dotram, Tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain the knowledge. So when you offer this Pratikshapada Puja to the divine lotus feet of Swamiji, manifesting Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with attaining the ultimate knowledge on your path to enlightenment and ensure that all of the ignorance from your life will be removed. The last offering that we have here today is the Vastra Seva, the offering of clothing to the Guru who is manifesting Devi Parashakti. So you can offer clothing to Swamiji himself who is manifesting Devi Parashakti. And when you offer this Vastra Seva, you will be blessed with all the auspiciousness and protection from Swamiji and Devi Parashakti on your path to enlightenment. And here you can see the list of the various offerings that you can make. The Ihandi offering, the Sankalpa chanting, the Devi Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus flower, the Swarna Mechi, the gold toe ring, and the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry, the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the offering of gratitude to Swamiji, and the Vastra Seva, the offering of cloth to Swamiji. So you can make any of these offerings, and it is a very simple process. You can go ahead and visit kailasamailer.com, which we will go ahead and visit for you right now to make sure that you understand how to exactly do this. So you can go to kailasamailer.com/sevas. So you can fill out your intention form here at tiny.cc/Bhavasmati. So if you are interested in offering this, but you still need help manifesting, or if you would like some more details, you can go ahead and fill out your intention form. And if you would like to immediately make your payment today, you can go ahead and visit kailasamailer.com/sevas, or you can go to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. We will go ahead and visit that site for you so you can make sure that you understand exactly how to make that offering, to ensure that you understand how to offer your love, your gratitude to Devi. So it's a very simple process. You can just go to this website, tiny.cc/Devi offerings, and once you visit the site, you can select whichever offering you would like to make. And all of the options are there in a drop-down menu. So whatever you connect with most, whichever offering resonates with you most, and however you would like to relate with Devi, however you would like to receive the blessings of Devi, you can go ahead and choose whichever offering you would like. And it is in a very simple drop-down menu. Once you choose the offering, you can choose how many ever offerings you would like. And once you have chosen this offering, once you have chosen this offering, you can choose how many ever you would like. If you would like to offer one on behalf of yourself, you would like to offer one on behalf of your brother or your sister, you can choose how many ever you would like. Yes, is the website. Yes. So you can choose any option that you would like. So say you would like to offer a Swarna Padma Pushpa. So you can go ahead and choose the golden lotus flower. And once you go ahead and select that, you can choose how many ever you would like. If you would like to say offer one for yourself and one for your sister, you can choose 2. And you can add that to your cart. And once you have added that to your cart, you can see what your cart looks like, make sure all of your offerings are there. And once that you are done, you can go ahead and proceed to the checkout. And then just like any other online payment, you can just fill out your billing details, very simple process. And once you are done filling out your billing details, you can fill out your order. You can ensure that your order details are proper. And once that is done, you can go ahead and make your payment and place your order. You can offer your seva. So once this is done, you can go ahead and click I have read and agreed to the website conditions and place your order. And so once you are done with that, you will have placed your order to offer your seva to Devi Parashakti. And once you are done with this, you make sure you can also fill out the Sankalpa form, the tiny.cc /Sankalpa 2021 form. So this is to ensure that your name and the names of your loved ones are chanted during the offering to Devi Parashakti. So again, this is a very simple form that you can go ahead and fill out. We will pull that up for you in just a moment and show you exactly how to fill out this form. You want to make sure that you fill this form out thoroughly so you can offer your sankalpa. Your sankalpa can be chanted on behalf of you and your loved ones. Yes, so this is the sankalpa names 2021 form. So you can just see all of the questions that are asked, and you can go ahead and click I agree if you understand. And then you can choose your order. You can type in your order number, fill out your payment details. And once that is done, so you can fill out your name and all of the other details, your email, phone number, and all of your other details. And once that is done, you can choose whichever offering that you are making for whichever seva. So the Devi sevas, the Parashakti Akashic reading sevas. So yes, once you have chosen that, then you can go ahead and go to the next page where you will be directed to fill out your names and the names of your loved ones. You can also fill out your nakshatra details if you have those. And if you don't, that is also okay. Just make sure that you fill this out so all of your names and the names of your loved ones are chanted during this offering today. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program, and we'll be entering into the next segment, which will be guided from Adi Kailasa Satvik-Pita. We will understand activities that are going on and has opened up all of the Satvik-Pitas in India for the sake of the multi-layered quarantine. You, out of his infinite compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff has opened this up for every person and is offering so many activities and free offerings in order to make sure that people are staying protected and safe during this time. And we have Ma Dayamai Swami here with us today to guide us through this segment and make us understand what all is happening in the multi-layered quarantine COVID care protection centers in the spiritual de facto embassies of Kailasa. Thank you so much, Ma Dayamai Swami, for joining us.
Thank you, Ma. Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome back to this segment of the multi-layer quarantine COVID care protection centers at the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. So, with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatidam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So what we learn from this segment today is concerning statistics on mental health, physical health, global peace across the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Statistics across the world, latest statistics which are really concerning. What are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? Global peace. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism establishes based ecosystems, which are now Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies, and some of them Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. And we are going to see some of the glimpses. United Nations recognizes Kailasa's contributions and join Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Now, the concerning statistics, the World Health Organization makes a big statement about Delta variant of COVID-19. The World Health Organization on Tuesday said, Delta variant of coronavirus has elbowed other COVID-19 variants of concern that now represent a tiny fraction of the samples which are being sequenced. Less than 1% of alpha, beta, and gamma are actually currently circulating. It's really predominantly delta around the world, said World Health Organization's technical lead on COVID-19, Maria Van Kerkhove. The Delta variant, which in India last year, has become more fit. It is more transmittable and it is out-competing. It is replacing the other viruses that are circulating. She said, and the variant has been detected in more than 185 countries, nations till date. The COVID-19 has now killed more Americans than the influenza pandemic. Influenza pandemic of 1918-1919. The influenza flu way back in 1918 infected about 25% of Americans and killed an estimated 0.65% with 675,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12. Now that the US death toll COVID-19 has surpassed 676,000. Coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than the Associated Press both reported the grim milestones on Monday, and it is declared that the COVID-19 now officially US deadliest pandemic as it is crossed the influenza of 1980. And the people infected with alpha variant exhales 100 times more virus into the air than original COVID strain. The University of Maryland researchers suggested the need for better ventilation to help spread of this virus. The findings showed that the amount of virus in the air coming from alpha variant infections was much 18 times more than major increases in airborne virus from alpha infections occurred before the Delta variant arrived and indicate that the virus is evolving to be better at traveling through the air. And we were following 6 feet distance is good enough for not to get the virus. But now, because of the new viruses, new mutated viruses, 6 feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. In Washington, the physical distancing of 2 meters cells indoors. According to a study, the results published in the journal Sustainable Cities and Society suggests that the physical distance alone is not enough to prevent human exposure to exhaled aerosols and should be implemented with other control strategies such as masking and adequate ventilation. The researchers examined 3 factors: the amount and range of air ventilated through a space, the indoor airflow pattern associated with the different ventilation strategies, and the aerosols emission mode of breathing versus talking. They also compared transport of tracer gas typically employed to test leaks in the airtight systems and human respiratory aerosols in size from 1 to 10 micrometers. Aerosols in this range can carry SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. COVID-19 Delta variant is still most concerning, says the World Health Organization experts. Even with the emergence of the new COVID-19 variant, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete others, senior officials with the World Health Organization said recently. I think the Delta variant, for me, is the one that's most concerning because of the increased transmittability, said Dr. Maria Vankar-Kove, the agency's technical lead for COVID-19, speaking during an online question and answer. It's doubly transmittable compared to the ancestral strain, that it can spread to more people. COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control in United States, says Chief Medical Advisor Anthony 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly in good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID, the US administration has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across US, according to the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention. In a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You have got to get well before 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable, Mr. Fauci said. Along with this physical health, the global peace at risk. COVID-19 made world less peaceful. COVID-19 violent incidences and fatalities. What are the effects of these? The increased transmittability, airborne COVID-19 infections. The peace, also, world is less peaceful. COVID-19 violent incidences and fatalities, January 2020 to April 2021. You can see in January 2021, the peak in the incidences and fatalities. And what is the impact of the younger adults? In general, according to various studies, younger adults are reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ages 18 to 24, which is 56.2, and ages 25 to 49, 48.9, and ages 50 to 64, 39.1, and ages 65, about 29.3. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder and are depressive zone, which is 6 months period, 11%. In 6 months, what it was 11% in 2019, now in just 1 month of this beginning of this year, rose up to 41.1%. Some more statistics confirming the same. The increased the reporting symptoms, anxiety and or depressive disorder affecting younger adults much more than the older adults. Stress in America 2020, a national mental health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, which is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. More than 60,000 healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19, 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. Self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers before COVID-19 pandemic, depression what it was 15% now during the pandemic, it rose up to 40.7%. And anxiety, what it was before the COVID-19 pandemic, 29%. Now during this pandemic, it is rose up to 72%. Living under stay-at-home orders, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work and avoiding distractions. 55% of the students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Understanding the pandemic impact on working women. Nearly 82% of the women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned that career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. The COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest, steepest downgrades in consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. The International Labour Organization, COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. In India, the impact of the pandemic. Mumbai mayor says the third wave is already here. The city's mayor has said that the third wave of COVID is already upon Mumbai, posting in a sudden spike in cases. The third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it is here, said the Kishori Padnekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter had already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. The mandals have been asked to allow only 10 people at a time, and they said. A little over 25% of health workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology and Maximum Hospitals in Delhi, NCR, found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. New coronavirus strain known as Mu, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. After being detected in Colombia, Mu, known as scientifically as B.621, has since been reported in other South American countries and in Europe. The Mu variant has a constellation of mutations that indicate potential properties of immune escape, the Global Health Body said recently in its weekly pandemic bulletin. So join the COVID Care Protection Centers and register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Now, what are the sustainable developmental goals? Making peace with nature is possible. If we start now, making peace with nature is possible if we start now. Even amid pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, societal, economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve the sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty by 2030, if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries, we have no choice but to transform our economies and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Now let's watch a small clip. Health and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are, in the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflicts, then health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency. Affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience to fragile states requires concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. The stronger health systems and universal coverage must be a priority. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people and the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. On the International Day of Yoga, the United Nations declared the theme is Yoga for Well-being. The day will be marked at a time when COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihoods of people globally beyond its immediate impact on physical health. The COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated psychological suffering and mental health problems. including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in various forms in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimension of the pandemic, in addition to the physical health aspects. The message of yoga in promoting both the physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation their fears and anxiety. UN spotlights the health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world, to promote not only a healthy lifestyle, but to promote peace and security in the world. Said Manapte, Executive Director of the New York office of the World Health Organization, at peace and security. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and the prevalence of a continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involve the use of violence. Geopolitical tension on the rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic have only prolonged violent conflicts, making it difficult for peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by the conflict and violence. Now, what are the Kailasa's contributions? What Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contributed for this global peace and not only physical health, mental health, overall, how we various social services provided. Vedic tradition beautifully says, Astu sarvani bhutani atmani ivanu pashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vigagupshate. Global peace is byproduct of individual bliss. Verse from Isha Upanishad 6. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful peace in everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city, not only the country, not only just city, but the country, and manifest peace. Individual's bliss is the source for the global peace, and the global peace is the byproduct of individual peace. Now let's understand global peace, byproduct of individual bliss, how to attain individual peace. From whatever you are dealing with, how to attain individual peace, and that individual bliss leads to global peace. It's a byproduct. So let's understand from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Start living. Vancouver. More expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the unified field of consciousness. Various words are used. Some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness. The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different parts of you fights with you. Different thoughts of you fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go, the more deeper you start traveling. First, you get integrated. The you fighting with you stops. Then, the people around you get integrated. They fighting with you stops. Completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes completion with other things, not just living beings, even with inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more deeper you go, the more deeper you settle down, the more deeper you start living. Your cognition expands. Your cognition includes. Your cognition becomes more and more inclusive. More joy, more bliss, more knowledge, more enlightenment. Please understand. The more and more completion happens in you, everyone around you feels complete with you. That is why I am saying, whether they have body or they are disembodied, in the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deepest parts of your being, you experience such powerful awareness, such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being not only is a joy, it's a power. Because it really becomes a vibrant, that's a very important thing. Power without the tendency to, because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you, then naturally what you will feel? Let me suck all the possible energy, intelligence, time, talent, treasure. But when the other person is your own extension, you will be showering so much, enriching so much. Even if death comes at this moment, I can tell you very clearly, I can face the death directly and tell the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from anybody. I have given to every human being whom I met in my life more than what I received from them. I'm ready, come on, let's go. Money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand, when you feel everyone is your extension, the power given to you, the power you gain, see, any living is power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. Whatever lifestyle you choose, living is power. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, I tell you, the first power you will experience is everything around you listens to you. That power will simply make you enrich everyone. The best power you can have through living. Whatever you do, as I said, whether you live the life of enriching or exploiting, you will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting brings more and more conflict within and without. And those conflicts naturally bring suffering. And the power of enriching